nothing but a thing. YouTube. 50 plus 1. Tubiest of the tubiest. That's you. And I'm 50 plus, and I've got my brand new plus 1 with me. And we'll just sit on that thing. It might be easier. Let's see. Ta-da! and he's mic'd up, so he's a soft-spoken guy, so I had to get him the big mic so that you guys near him. Huh?
I think I'm sitting on the mic, so.
Are you?
Yeah, hopefully it's good.
Oh yeah, you're good. You're good. You comfortable?
I am.
All right, good deal. His name's Christopher. Hey, Joel. Say hey, Joel.
Yeah, he's on his way out here too, so he's happy.
All right, they're going to team, so that's going to be pretty good. What made you guys decide to get into trucking?
Well, it's something that I've always wanted to do. I remember as a little kid, I had family that did trucking, and I think that's kind of where it starts. You know, you see the big truck, and it kind of stays with you, you know, and it's just like a fond memory coming behind the wheel. And so, you know, as time goes on, it's just something that you gravitate towards. YouTube videos, like, man, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
They're living the life, but no, I can't do it. You make all these excuses on
you
like,
have
wow.
8 hours and 0 minutes of remaining drive time.
Thank you for letting us know that, dear.
Nice.
That's my side chick.
That's your lady right there.
Yeah. Don't rub up against her. That's mine, okay?
I got you.
All right.
I'll leave her alone.
Thank you. I turned the AC off, so that's an indication that this won't be very long. This is hot as hell. We still in Texas. We in Texas. Yeah. You can get away with anything here. The devil don't show up in this hot ass place.
No, but
I love it. I love it though. So I turned it off so you guys could hear us better. Okay. So I'm glad. Remember we told you guys I try my best to only take the Ubiest, and I know you was a subscriber and you had been following for a while, and we've been in communication throughout your school process, and you went to school in Corsicana.
That's right.
Yeah.
And seeing your videos, like, we decided to make the jump from another popular company to Swift, because not that the other company was bad, because they're both, you know, they both do good at what they do, but you know, Swift isn't bad either. I mean, it's
not.
I'm really excited. I didn't have to sign a contract. They didn't really seem to be focused on non-competes, and you have to, you know, I didn't feel, nobody likes to feel strong-armed, or, you know, I mean, it just feels better going into the process.
Yeah.
And I was excited because I was going to go to a school, which had been, you know, $4,500 to $6,000 cash or a grant. And when I found out that companies like Swift here, you know, will send you to school and teach you everything you need to know, and the whole thing has just been like a sense of accomplishment. You know, when I got my CDL, you know, even on the paper form, like, oh, it's a paper, but I got my CDL. And
That's
then when
your golden ticket.
And then when I, you know, I saw, you know, I'll show you the top, you know, just like,
yeah, where it says
commercial driver's license.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's like that is a huge.
It's an accomplishment.
Feel good, you know.
It's an accomplishment, and you should feel good about it, you know. And you were saying that, you know, the financing part of getting that CDL can be discouraging at times to a lot of people, because they feel, well, how am I going to get that money? And for all of you guys to know, companies like Swift, they want to help you, okay, and they will that you get started, and you basically just need to show up to school with the with the willingness to get your CDL and the willingness to make this a career, and everything's paid for you up front. They're going to take care of your hotel, and they're going to take care of your journey to get to the school, and you know the school or the hotel is going to pick you up and take you back and forth to the school every day. Basically, you just need to bring some money so you can make sure that your gullet stays full. That's it. And once you're done, you get to pay them back over time, and they're not beating you over the head, man. I mean, it's not like they're taking. Look at these guys, man. Impatient, man. It's not like they're gonna, you know, come at you for half your paycheck every week. That's not how it works. And Swift doesn't do non-competes. They don't do these long, extensive contracts. And why would somebody want to do that? You know, why would a company want to hold you hostage?
And that's what it feels like.
Right. And basically have a disgruntled employee out, don't want to be there, and hand them $160,000, $170,000 piece of equipment and $1 million worth of freight, and say, go deliver this, even though you don't want to be here, you don't want to sleep in this truck, you don't want to work for us anymore. Go do it anyway. It just kind of seems counterproductive. You know, if you're not happy, why are you here?
And there were a lot of people, like my instructor, very good instructor, J.B. Jackson out of Corsicana.
Yeah.
Excellent. And, you know, he has been with the company for, I believe he said it was 25 years, 24, 22 years. It was something like that.
In the 20s, yeah.
So it's not what they say, just a starter company. I mean,
Correct.
It is a big company with a lot of opportunities to move up, you know.
Right.
So
yeah, and I will say also, if you did get to a point where your family needs you and that sort of thing, sometimes it might take a little bit of a relocation type of situation, but you don't have to quit. This is a company, and you guys investigate. So it doesn't matter if you. I'm not naive to believe that everybody driving trucks and everybody watching this page that want to drive trucks is going to fit with Swift Transportation. I'm not naive. I know better than that. So you need to investigate, because if you decide to come to Swift, I want you to be happy. You know, I just get, your happiness doesn't affect me until you get in my face, right? Until I see you and I meet you and I'm engaging with you. Other than that, you can be miserable all your life. That doesn't affect me. And I'm, at that point, I just don't really give a shit. You just be a miserable person. But if you're going to be around me, I want you to be happy. If you're going to wear Swift on your shirt, I want you to be happy, because I just might run into you. Okay? So make sure the shoe fit. If your goal is to drive tankers, don't come to Swift. I ain't seen one. I ain't seen a tanker. You see one? I ain't seen one. You want to do flatbed? Come on. You want to do reefer? Come on. You want to do dry van? Come on. You want to do intermodal? Come on. All of that. But if you want to drive tankers, you want to, fly planes and shit like that, that's not what we do. We don't drive choo-choo trains. That's not what we do. That's not what happened here. So you wouldn't be happy. You need to find a company that's going to put a smile on your face, okay? Then you need to make sure that for the long term, that's going to be a company that you can have a career with. A career is not getting somewhere for 6 months and leaving, bro. That's not a career, you know. And you come to Swift, if you get tired of driving and your family saying you need to come home or whatever that is, on that app that I had you download, you those 2 apps, and you also got the weather app and all that good stuff. Make sure you got all that down, and you can also go into a kiosk. But on those dial in engage, I'll show you how to navigate that thing. but you can go into the portal, and portal is basically the online portion of Swift. It's not the app, and that opens up several other options for you because it's online, and you can always do the job search for non-driver related jobs, and you just move over to doing that. And not only that, let's say you decided, oh yeah, I'm gonna do go to driver development. I'm gonna go to tractor assignments, just something other than driving every day. I want to be at home every day with my family, and when I get home, I don't want to be beat down, from the road. Well, you can get one of those positions, but if you miss driving, you can do this. You can do the tractor assignments. You can do driver manager or whatever it is. Several different positions. You can do that Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. And then Saturday and Sunday, you can go take a load, man. You can take a load from, wherever to wherever, and come back on Sunday and be ready to work again. So you can still have
flexibility.
Yes, you can still drive. It's not you're not being held hostage to just drive here. And if you decide you don't like driving, you can always try reefer.
Well, that was a cool thing, because just at the school in Corsicana, I mean, there were people that they've driven trucks and they're working the business office for a little while and go back out.
Drive
Want to go do OTR? They do it, and then they might come back to working in the office. So
right,
it's really cool that
you
see that
the company this large has opportunity, but it's not always easy to get and have an employee switch from one thing to another. It's almost, people go, man, I've been here for all these years. This position open up, they hire somebody from the outside, and that's because it's often easier to get somebody outside that's either trained in what you're looking for or has an interest in what you're looking for, and hire them than to have an employee who's currently with the company to retrain that employee to do a new job. It's often a lot simpler to just hire somebody from the outside. Not only that, they got to find another driver to take your truck, you see. So, it's not always easy, but, at least this company has found a way to make it work. And it's pretty cool. And you don't have to stop driving. You can still move freight on the weekends if that's what you want. But you can fix the family at home issue. All you have to do is let somebody know this is what's going on, or and they can have other solutions, because you wouldn't be the only person with that situation. You see, you wouldn't be the first one to call him up and say, hey, Sancho's starting to be at my house a little more than he need to be. They know, we need to see you to the house, and then they'll route you to the house, and and maybe they can route you through the house, every other week or something. You're still moving freight, you're still doing what they need you to do. You're not staying long term, you're just riding through. I do that a lot. It ain't because I'm trying to push Sandro out the house and somebody's pay some bills, he can stay a little bit, but it's just because I like to run, okay, and then I like to run hard. Then I go home for a couple of days where I can spend some quality time with my family. I like them to miss me a little bit.
Well, that's the thing. There's a lot of companies that don't have really as many dedicated routes. So, home weekends or home every other weekend. It's like there's a pretty good mix, a good balance between OTR. Some people like to be out, and then other people like home time. And it seems like they have something for everybody.
Yeah.
Which is one thing that I like so far, going into this, because we want to do OTR, but if at some point we want a dedicated route, we know that we can talk to our drive leader and see what's available, which is really cool.
Correct. One thing about transportation is, sometimes you have the bird, and sometimes you don't. Sometimes there's that dedicated route, and also you guys can call Autumn and say, hey, this is what I want, and Autumn will click, 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 click. Hey, we got it. We have exactly what you're looking for. You go through the school, Well, first off, a lot of you guys, and I did it because I, get some ducks in a row. I wanted to get my permit, and y'all was laughing at me because I had my sunglasses on the other day, and the problem is that face is all shiny, and I'm ducking because the sun comes in, man, and it give me a headache. I didn't put my sunglasses on because y'all was, hey, you look like flying a jet airplane or some shit. Whatever y'all was saying. Now I didn't put my glasses on, now my eyeballs hurting. Shit, I should not listen y'all talk crazy to me, but. I got my permits and all that stuff done before I started school, and I took my time getting them. So after I talked to Autumn, it had been about a month before I actually went into school. So that same thing happens to you guys. Let's just say that's what the case is, or you want to, make sure that you wasn't gonna sneak in. So you took a couple extra months. But then when you finally went to school, went through another month because you're at school, right? Then you're going to do another month with the mentor. So now 3-4 months has passed, and that dedicated route may not be there anymore. But that's not the recruiter's fault. It was there when they told you it was there. Okay? But these contracts come and they go and they end, and they sometimes don't work, and or sometimes the company folds, or but Swift have big companies, big like Targets and Walmarts and Kimberly Clark, and I mean just huge companies. It's not that those companies go away, but just like any other company, man, Swift is always fending off the competition. And competition is always fending off Swift, and that's the way it works. It's business, okay? And the shipper is gonna, customer's gonna go at the one that's giving them the best deal. And sometimes somebody beats them out. And so when you get ready to go dedicated, you may be on a dedicated route, and the next day they call you and say, hey, you got to go OTR, you got to do dedicated route, you got to do something different because they don't have that account anymore. And then a few months later, they may call you back up and say, hey, you remember that route you had? You want it back? You go, hell yeah, let's go. And that's trucking. That's trucking, And there's nothing wrong with that as long as you're happy, right? So, we hadn't even been on the truck for 24 hours together, but I ain't so bad so far. I don't stink of nothing like that, do I? I'm just making sure.
You're gonna eat good, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Big steak, I'm telling you.
Yeah, you
He's a good cook.
Yeah, now you're gonna be the cook.
Yeah.
Okay. And by the time we get done, because last time I did it with my student, I cooked the first few meals, and then I started letting him cook, and he only got a chance to cook like 4 meals or something like that, and he didn't get a chance to cook a breakfast. But and that's because I did it backwards. What I did was I cooked first while we were doing the 50-hour phase, and then we went to team phase. It was too late then because now we were running hard, and I'm asleep while he's driving, and he's driving while I'm asleep. And so,
no time to do.
Yeah, did I say that right?
It sounded right to me. So
I slept while he drove, and then I drove while he slept. Y'all know what I was saying, and I know y'all know what I was saying, but it just didn't feel like it came off the palate right. So, anything extra you want to add to it? So you're from Louisiana, right?
I am.
I see. So
I live in Texas now, but Louisiana, kind of back and forth with that. So
yeah, Louisiana is there's more to Louisiana than cooking, okay?
Although the food is like my favorite thing.
Right? Yeah, that is one of that Mardi Gras type jazz, and the food and the ambiance, the party ambiance is what New Orleans is known for. Louisiana has a very, very rich culture outside of just the food, So if you ever get a chance to visit, it's pretty cool, There's a bridge we drive. We're gonna pass them several times going to Georgia, and this bridge is like like 2-3 miles. I don't know.
Lake Pontchartrain?
Yeah,
It's a long one.
yeah, it's a long run, and it's like 55 mile an hour, so you get to kind of enjoy it. And you're going over this long, huge swamp. But if you pay attention on either side, there will be houseboats. People live on off that swamp. They just live at it in the house.
And the architecture throughout Louisiana, from top to bottom, is beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
Drive through small towns.
Yeah. Look like it's been like you just warped back into time.
There's one, I think, Keachai, Louisiana. It's not really a big place, so if you think to drive there, I remember growing up as a kid. They had all of these houses like. They were built at least in the 1800s, maybe further back, but the architecture, the style of it, was stuff you don't see anymore. And throughout the whole state, it's like these big, beautiful mansions.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, that's the good thing about traveling, is because every single place you're going to see something different.
Right.
You know.
Right.
It's really cool.
Right. And I'm sure you'll enjoy it. I hope I make the journey for you a fun one. All right. So, good deal. We'll sit here for another several hours at Igloo waiting to get our stuff, and then we'll be headed to Arizona. So, you want to do the boop?
We'll do it.
Okay. You see that little deal right there? That's the boop button, okay? You see it?
I see it.
All right.
I'll let you do the sound, and I'm going to do
All right. Here we go. Hey, guys. Deliver undistracted. Here we go.